Hello, this is Dennis. I want to welcome you to today's webinar on discovering the dramatic changes in referral marketing and how you can profit from it by getting more new patients. So whether you're taking a break at work or in your pajamas at night watching this webinar replay, I want to thank you for joining us. So who am I, Dennis? I'm involved with sales and marketing in the physical therapy niche. Myself and my team are really excited to serve both individual and group practices. My recent project I've really enjoyed is my latest book, Dennis Raup's Never Ending Source of Local Leads, 72 pages chock full of insider secrets on how to keep leads and prospects coming to your practice. Before physical therapy, I was involved with small business consulting for nearly 30 years now and really enjoy helping local small businesses grow profitably. A little bit about my family. This is my daughter when she graduated from college recently, and her brother there with his wife, my wife in purple in the middle, and my mom was able to join us in beautiful South Central Pennsylvania. So what is the dramatic change in referral marketing? Well, as people used to leave your clinics in droves, they would talk you up at social gatherings, grocery store lines, soccer fields, soccer games, and folks would pick up the phone and give you a call. Well, things have changed now the last few years, especially with the advent of mobile devices and high-speed internet and consumer changes in behavior. They go online first to look for you. In fact, here's some stats that really jump out for us in understanding this trend. One study of both U.S. and Canada consumers showed that 87% go online next to find more information about the company after they receive a referral. Another study looked at 85% of consumers go online to look for reviews first. And then in one health-related study, there was nearly one-third jump on looking for reviews first before they'll go to your website or social media page for the doctors and dentists category. So for us as PT clinic directors, there's some pretty big implications. When we think about referral marketing, if you're like me, for years I just thought that was the tried and true method that many small businesses grow profitably on by entrusting your satisfied clients and customers to talk well of you and bring other business to you. Well, now that people go online next in the chain before they will make that take that action, we need to understand that much more carefully. So I admit it's a bit of a trick question. I propose that it's a little bit of both offline and online. You have to do both correctly. How to get the proper referrals started is a webinar itself, but today we're going to focus on the online piece of that puzzle that's now becoming much more predominant. So when people do go online, what do they look for and what do they typically find? Well, one of the things that you need to understand is that people won't do it accurately. You're going to see your practice name not spelled correctly, or if you have multiple words in your title, as many PT practices do, they'll miss entire chunks of your branding name that you have. They might not even know your name at all. They just remember it as that building around the corner on Elm Street. Or someone just scratched out your phone number at the Pilates class and said, hey, call this gal. She's really good. Another thing that can happen is they don't know the clinic name, but they will know your name as the director or owner. And then, of course, your website could be passed around by your satisfied client as well. And again, they might not partially have that correct. So I don't want you to be discouraged that, hey, people aren't finding me because they're not being accurate. Well, take heart. Google, who makes only 100 million, that's with an M, $100 million a day off of search advertising and local businesses like ours, have it pretty much figured out. Consider these as clues, and as long as that device that person is searching for is within a 50-mile radius of your physical clinic address, Google rewards you and rewards the searcher with what is called a direct search page. Let me show you an example of that. So here's an example of a kind of a random Main Street USA physical therapy practice in Toledo, Ohio, called PhysioSource Physical Therapy. And this is what happens when you type in fragments of that address. Now, I don't have time in today's webinar to experiment with those clues I was telling you about, you can do that for your own location. But if I set my browser to fool the computer, if you will, that I'm sitting in Toledo, we would get this same direct search page with different aspects of the address. And here's the details. This is the Google Plus page on the right third panel. So when you look at this, this is the first impression your prospect is going to see about your practice, assuming you're the director here at PhysioSource. What jumps out at you as the look and feel on that? Yeah, it's all text, isn't it? Especially except for a little map here, kind of a weak looking map. It's all text. So let me show you an alternative to your first impression visitors. So we're going to look at video as a strategy. And why video? Well, 94% of consumers watched a video online in the last week. And think of all the mobile phones and devices out there. Over 3/4 watched a video from their phones at least once per week. But more importantly, on buying influences, look at these stats. 96% of consumers find videos helpful when making purchases online. And then nearly 60% of consumers consider companies who produce video content to be more trustworthy. We're going to dive into the concept of trust here in more detail shortly. So that sets us up for a strategy that we're going to do with this change in referral marketing of your prospects going online next after they receive referral with what I call the eye candy strategy. And what we're going to look for is the ability to check out a video on that direct referral page. So here we have in my own backyard my physical therapist who helped get me off the chair and back on the running trails again from a knee injury. I did a 5-star review for them as a thank you, and here you see it starting to enter page 1 and begin the ranking process, so it begins to show up more prominently when someone comes. So given the stats on video, we simply want to have that be more prominent so that people click on that first as a first impression with a 5-star review. So the next question is, when people do go online, what are they actually looking for? Well, over half of that study where we showed nearly 9 out of 10 go online after receiving a referral, that same study reported that over half look for actual online reviews and ratings. So that means pretty much close to half of the people that you get referred to are going to be looking for your online reviews and ratings. And Nielsen, the well-known marketing research firm, it reports pretty much consistently every year, the last several years, that nearly 70% of people trust online reviews as much as recommendations from friends. Wow, that's a big number. In fact, other than branded websites, there's nothing that even really comes close to that. There used to be a day when getting an editorial on your business in the local newspaper was considered like gold. That's far below the trust influence now than online reviews, really from strangers, that people perceive such a high degree of trust. It's really a remarkable change in consumer behavior. So that brings us to our next strategy, what I call chocolate and peanut butter. And if you're like me, walking out of the grocery store line, sometimes, especially after a run, you feel the need, you can justify it, right? But the Reese's cups just kind of jump out of the rack into my basket. Well, we want to do the same thing. We want to wrap your video or your 5-star patient review in a professionally done video, and it really becomes an irresistible combination. Let me show you an example of what I mean.
We're super excited about our latest review. We work very hard to meet everyone's needs, and we really value hearing 5-star reviews like this one. Now we're sharing it with you. And here's our latest rave online review. Our staff works hard to deliver top quality service and optimal value. It's just one more bit of evidence that we're on the right track with our company-wide emphasis on quality and satisfaction. So if you're seeking a company that's focused on great satisfaction and high quality service, we're your choice. We're confident that you'll walk away very satisfied. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in more information, please contact us at the number on your screen. We look forward to talking to you.
So can you imagine your company being featured in a nice video like that? What a great irresistible combination as that video gets pushed up on your direct review page. And of course you can use that video anywhere you'd like on your website, social media pages, etc. So we're going to move ahead now to find out what is it about reputation that draws people in such high numbers. Well, the first thing to realize is Google now includes reviews in everything about your company's listings online. And rather than talk about it, I'd like to just show you a quick example. So the first area I'd like to show you, this is a really competitive market, the physical therapy market in Long Island, New York. One of the things I wanted to show you, even in an advanced competitive market like this, do you notice that nobody is taking advantage of the free display banner that Google provides for them through their Google Plus review page, the one that showed on that right side of the lower third. So you don't see any 5 stars showing up at all, and this is a pretty competitive market. You jump down to south to Atlanta, now you got a couple of your top physical therapy ranked MAPS practices understanding the power of this. Let's jump on one. Here's one called Rebalancing. You see they have 8 reviews with nearly a perfect score of 4.9. What we'll do is see their example here of someone who might have received a referral about rebalancing, and they jump on typing in fragments of the name or the location address as we highlighted earlier, and look what the company will be rewarded with. They have their Google Plus page in order. They've got the 5-star display banner that people are looking for to build trust. And as I mentioned, see how this links over to sorry about this really annoying virus warning thing. Yeah, so what they do is they link the review rating over underneath the website automatically. So before we blow by this, I want you to imagine the top public relations firm in your region that most likely may be outside of your budget, but imagine they selected you in some kind of contest or drawing and said, hey, your practice is really 5-star. In fact, we think it's so 5-star, we're going to create this huge banner touting your practice, showing the 5-star display, and recommending people to go visit your site or give you a call for the first appointment. And what we're going to do is we're going to place that banner wherever people go. So when they go to a football game, they're going to see it in the advertising area at the Little League baseball outfield fence, the grocery store entrance, the town square sign, etc. So this is the same thing. You're getting a free display banner available to you, and it's really remarkable. I'm on physical therapy sites all the time, and it's probably less than 5% of practices really understand the power of connecting with people, what they're already looking for. It's a free service. So besides the listings that I just showed you an example, the other thing that happens is the popular local directories like Bing and Yahoo, City Search, there's quite a few of them. They actually mimic and they'll copy from your Google Plus listing what your reviews are. In fact, some of them, I'm sure you're aware of specialty directories like Yelp, have their own review system contained within the directory. So that will show up on your direct search page as well under your company name. So again, that visual impact plus the testimonial type video really creates more of a positive first impression than text only with no online reviews noted. And then as far as the impact on actual consumer behavior to do business with you, this is about a year or so ago, UC Berkeley did a small business study that showed just an increase of a half star on the 5-star scale improved sales by 19%. I believe this was over a 4 to 6 month period. So the next question is, how many reviews do people actually look for? Well, in our research, 6 to 10 seems to be that tipping point of trust. Build enough that they'll actually go from your direct search page. If they see trust indicators, they'll jump on your website, your social media, Once they get to your website, if you have a article or newsletter type of opt-in to capture that lead, they'll take that trust indicator and say, yeah, I'd like to check this out further. And then those that are ready to go are going to be more apt to call you because they've got the trust built by seeing other people's shared positive experience. So before we jump into our next thing, let me show you an example of how to take this eye candy strategy and really jump it up. So as you begin to shop for an electric car for your spouse for the upcoming holiday or birthday, just kidding, you probably have heard of Tesla. Tesla's quite famous, and they seem to be in the news about once a month about something new they're working on. But the dealer in Washington, D.C. was part of my partner's beta on this video program. So they've been popping in a video a month, and their strategy is pretty simple. They understand this tipping point of trust in an already highly reputable brand. So now they're trying to make a local connection. So you see the specific attributes around the dealership located in Washington, D.C. So look at this direct search page compared to that physiotherapy in Toledo. What do you notice as different? Yeah, I mean, it's really popping in terms of the video being that eye candy that people are most likely going to jump on. And if we had the time, I'd click on that and you'd see a unique video, but the similar principles involved that you saw in the physical therapy 5-patient demo. Plus, they just made it into the display banner. You need 5 reviews to trigger the display banner. So they need more. That I recommend at least 10 5-stars to show up there. But yeah, they're in the right direction, and with the videos plus the 5-star display banner again showing underneath their website, Google turns that free display banner as a PR firm service. And let's say if we have any directories. Now on this particular search page we don't see local directories, but under here you would most likely see local directories and the reviews there as well. So isn't that a powerful strategy? You can see how this tipping point of trust will get more actual most wanted responses that you want to see qualified prospects visit your platforms online, especially your website, and of course to call you. That's the goal every physical therapy director wants, is that first appointment. The other thing is you realize the strategy of having your referral of a satisfied patient. Let's say Jane here is served well by your staff and she leaves your clinic pretty happy. She goes to work and she tells her colleagues who are suffering aches and pains and distress that they need to go check your clinic out. Well, that's a great thing, isn't it? And that served clinics directors for years, decades if you will, in growing your practice. Well, now with this new dynamic of people going online, by simply putting that same feedback, only asking Jane to take a couple minutes as she leaves your practice to take some time to let others know, now her feedback, her referral if you will, gets translated to a one-to-many strategy, a real multiplier. And the reason we call it a real multiplier is every month as that testimonial video shows up for searchers month after month, you're now impacting a lot more prospects with the confidence that they're going to have the same positive shared experience as Jane did. So think of the one-to-one of the traditional offline referral strategy, now leveraging this online dynamic of people, 9 out of 10 going there. You can really implement a one-to-many strategy now with relative ease. So that leads us to the question, how much hidden gold do you have? And it goes like this. I'm on sites a lot for physical therapy, talking to directors a lot during the week. And it's really surprising how many people do have good patient reviews, but they're sort of in the closet. They're hidden on a back tab. They may not even be online at all for questions, or just uncomfortable to know how to do that properly, and that's understandable. And we can help you through that process. But for purposes of our webinar today, it's hidden gold because getting that out in the light of day so searchers can find it, as you can see, is extremely powerful in building those trust indicators. So if you don't have reviews ready to go, let me ask you this. If you've been in business for at least a couple years, how many satisfied patients do you think you've already worked hard to earn their trust or are just waiting for you to be asked? And how many of those would give you a 5-star review? I would submit a large percentage would if you just ask them. So there's your hidden gold to go after to get this strategy off the dime for you. So you're probably starting to get the connection now of this power of your front door, your direct search page. A lot of people mistakenly think it's their website. And sure, people are going to go directly to your website, no question about it. But a large percentage of people are going to find you by this direct search method. And I've focused on Google today just because they're so darn, powerful with this. They have a 75% search engine market share plus, the big revenue number I shared earlier, $100 million a day they make off us on search. So here, here's some other strategies you can use of things that might already be working for you well. This is a short list, but the idea is other mentions of your practice name out in the community is going to drive direct search traffic as well. They're just not going to all plug in directly, with your name perfectly spelled out or your website. So another great way to pick up more trust indicators early with a positive first impression at the front door. So let's recap here what we've talked about. Again, nearly 9 out of 10 are going to go online to search about you once they receive a referral. And a little bit more about our video. During our beta period, we discovered that nearly 70% said they would call the company after watching the featured company in the video, and then over 60% said they would refer a friend. So this is pretty remarkable because most people will say, okay, I have a positive impression, let me find out about the newsletter or go on their website. No, they said actually make a telephone call. So that's pretty remarkable. And to think about referring someone and they haven't even experienced your service first, that's also a pretty high number, 60%. But let's play devil's advocate. Let's say that because this was kind of a focus group setting in our beta stage, let's say that people are half off. What they say they're going to do and what they actually do is not going to be realized. And that still puts the conversion rate at 2 to 3 times a typical video. So there's some power here in the video that we've untapped that we want to share in more detail with you shortly. And the next one is the tipping point. If you remember the Tesla example, we want to get those videos, that eye candy strategy, so that first impression in people preferring a video to begin with, plus looking for online reviews. It's that chocolate and peanut butter strategy working together. And then I just covered the multiplier effect of being smart about happy patients leaving your clinic and just putting that feedback in the light of day so many can see that month after month after month. So let's now jump from the kind of the research part of this webinar so you understand what Google is already doing, what consumers already are looking for, and now we want to understand better what this video is about and what it can do for your clinic to attract more new patients. Well, I've highlighted a lot of the key stats about consumer behavior, so it's research driven. The design, I don't have time today to get into the details, but if you jump on the Schedule Now button below the video for a quick Q&A, I'm happy to go in more detail, but it runs through about 5 related design components that culminates in your call to action of what you want them to do. And what's really cool is the 5-star patient review about your local practice is really the star of the show, and so we really feature that as the most compelling content. And the part I love about this whole process is the spokesmodel that's in the front. Really, the background that you see can be anything you want. I chose a front of a building for that particular group, but it could be your front lobby. With the spokesmodel in the center of the screen, you could place it so that your practice name and logo might be over the right shoulder, for example, the sign of your building. You could also do a day in the life, the action type shot, where you have your staff actually serving people and showing off your extensive investment of your equipment. All kinds of ideas we can use. And then the production. If you've ever been in video world, personally or professionally, I mean, it can just about drive you batty getting all the details to work together, even if you got the best equipment and software. So we take care of all that for you. And as you can see in the yellow box, we handle it all remotely. Actually, we never drag equipment to your site. We don't, distract your staff. It's really amazing how we're able to do this high-level professional video just remotely with you over the phone and WebEx. SEO optimization, that's kind of a mouthful. What that simply means is we know how to set up the video so that when people type in your company name, it has a real good shot at being page one. And then broadcasting, we include that service, and what that means is if you already have digital platforms, you want that video to go there so people see it. So Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, wherever you have that, we have a service that puts that out there. And then to go from having a shot at being ranked to pretty much guaranteeing it, we have a service that we use in syndication, and we'll go into that in much more detail, but think of the social signals, it's called, when you see that video showing up on a Facebook, a LinkedIn, other top social media platforms. That sends signals to Google that says, hey, this video is being shared widely. It deserves a #1 ranking. So that, along with your company name and location, is the magic formula that we have worked out in a proprietary way to get that video page one when your searcher types any one of those clues in. It's really, really a powerful package. So there you go. There's our 8 winning components of a recipe that will drive new patients to your practice. So back in the commercial video itself, you can see I don't have time to go in detail on each of these. We can chat on the Q&A if you want to learn more about it. But we have all the custom elements that make that video unique to you and make sure it gets out there for the world to see, as well as your direct searcher. And we call it reputation video for short, rep video. So you say, great idea, Dennis. Thank you very much. Let me do this. Well, here's kind of a market rate budget of what it would take. And this does not include the equipment or special knowledge or training to know how to pull this off. So the experts in video marketing tell us we have a product here that on the street value would easily be in the $3,000 to $5,000 range to do a custom shoot like this. So let's talk about a way to make this work for your budget in your local practice or group of locations that you have. It would be very fair for us to charge $3,000 for that, but we feel that that's just out of the reach for too many smaller practices. So we want to help them with their professionals, and we could, cancel that out and let's think about a $24.95, very fair price. We still think that's too much of a reach for involving more clinics. So under $2,000, yep, that's too much too. So we settled on $14.97 as a one-off price for a video. Very fair, includes all the custom features and gets that video out there. And we also include the syndication in that. So for a beta program, we're just going to shoot the video itself so you can use it on your sites that you want, and we're going to offer that for free. How cool is that? And the only thing we ask in exchange for the value, and when you're satisfied, is to help us expand the reach and awareness of this program through PT directors that you personally know outside of your market area. But we also want to make sure you get the advantage of the direct search page of your video showing up page one. So we have a syndication service that we will be charging $4.97 after beta, but during the beta program we're only going to charge $197 for that. So there you can get say a $3,000 to $5,000 market video customized for only $197. So that's our featured beta program offer, a choice of just the video itself that you can use at your discretion for 3 referrals, or if you want it page 1 guaranteed, we'll include our syndication service for only $197. But we want to do more. We have a lot of practices out there with multiple locations, and so what we have is what we call a 12-pack, and this also works for single locations as well. Let me describe what this is about. Let's talk more about syndication. Well, I've already highlighted the importance of those social signals to Google, and we use a few of the major programs in a proprietary way to get your video ranked, and it usually takes about 30 to 60 days. But we found a way to do that even more aggressively. I call it syndication on steroids, or super syndication. And here in the image you see just a sampling of those 30 sites, and those are the top social media and video sharing sites. They're called authority sites that Google recognizes. When we place your video, there's a URL it's called, that's what's up in the browser window, through our own super syndication network. Here's what happens. It wows Google with your strong social sharing presence, and your video then ranks really fast, and usually 1 to 2 weeks at the most. And then there's something else called staying power. If you've ever done ranking or the service, if you're new to marketing online, it would be called search engine optimization, SEO. That's a service that gets a particular website or page or video to be an authority position on page 1. What people don't talk about in different agencies is the staying power, how long that stays there. We were just amazed how long the staying power has been so far, and we'll talk about assuring that ranking for you here shortly. So that's we offer super syndication after beta. It's going to be $9.95, and that really, if you're serious about the whole eye candy strategy on page 1, you definitely want to take advantage of that. So during beta for this 12-pack, meaning 1 video a month, just like the Tesla example, you'll be able to get your video on page 1 for only $297. And again, remember the Tesla example, we want to be able to show those videos month after month, and the effect of pushing the text-oriented citations for your company name down on your search page, your direct search page. Plus, we're not done yet. There is a really cool option. We offer it as an upgrade, and what that is, if you remember the video, I'm just reminding you here of the section where the spokesmodel is talking glowingly about your company, but the review itself is displayed only. And if you've done any research on the web about, or your own experience of how much people read on the web, what we do is we offer a way for people to hear your review word for word with a professional voiceover, male or female. We include even British accent or Spanish language if you have a particular niche market you're trying to serve. That's pretty cool. And we also offer another option besides the professional voiceover, and that's a client testimonial video. And I did this because of the large number of videos that I see in the closet, back to that gold mine idea, hidden gold mine. So for only $100 after beta you can get that upgrade, but during beta we're going to include that as part of our all locations bonus 12-pack. So in sum, what that means is you get 1 video a month for 12 months for only $297, and it includes all the customization, the super syndication, and the professional upgrade. A really powerful package. So if after beta you decide, oh, that's a great idea, let me think about it, I really encourage you not to think too long, because as you can see, the total of that, still a tremendous value. If you do want to wait, it's not a major issue, but I'm just trying to save you precious budget dollars here and take advantage of our beta offer. $18.44 per video per location per month versus $297. It results in a savings of over 18 grand by acting now during the beta. So a really, really powerful way to get more new patients with this powerful eye candy strategy. And then in addition, if you're still, the financial barrier we've lowered as low as we possibly can to make it work for both of us. We also have included a money-back guarantee that basically says we're going to get it right. If not, we're going to shoot it again. And if we still can't get it right, you have every right to ask for your money back. And we've never had any refund, any error issues. But we want to just give you that peace of mind. We're there for you for 100% satisfaction. The other thing that I remember, the staying power. Well, we're going to guarantee a page 1 ranking for 12 months for each video. So month 1, video 1, 12 months. Month 2, video 2, 12 months, etc. And then if for some reason the staying power drops off, which I would find it, really shocking, but if it does, we would not charge you that $9.95 as a repeat client. We would only charge you a refresh rate since we have your video and profile loaded in our system. We would only charge you $95 per video at any time, really a lifetime type of service fee. There's no expiration to that. So I hope this makes sense in terms of reducing any uncertainty or risk that you may have in your mind, how to make this work. And of course, it's all about your location, your responses, your referrals, your patient video or your patient review. We can help you pull all those elements together. So below the video or next to the video here, you're going to see a tab that says Schedule Now. You're simply going to want to click on that. You'll go to My Personal Calendar, Dennis, and you'll be able to set up a very short Q&A. I don't want you to, there's no purchase button here or anything. I really want to make sure this program is right for you because, especially with the 12-pack, it's a partnership that we're going to have over the year to make sure your videos are produced in a way that you want. And most of all, I want to make sure it meets with your marketing goals that you already have about your practice. You might have a specific niche that you're going after, and as long as you want to grow profitably, this program can really work for you. We don't accept that everybody. If you're looking at retiring soon and looking to sell your practice, you're not really into growing, this program's not right for you. You need to do something else. There is limited studio spots, so let's make sure that you jump on this. I can do these kind of programs because of volume. If you're wondering how can I give away a $3,000 video. Well, I've already purchased spots for the beta program for a reasonable number, and I can go to my partner to negotiate studio spots if I have volume. So the more the merrier for me, and I'm very willing to pass these savings on to you in exchange for knowing that over 12 months you're going to be a repeat customer every month. So that's how it works on my end. So I hope that makes sense. Let me leave you with this question. What will your next referral prospect find online when they do a direct search on your PT practice? Well, thank you for your time. I look forward to talking with you soon in the Q&A here shortly. And please pay attention to the beta program date deadline below. Just tremendous savings available for you. If you choose to act after that date, I can't guarantee that the beta program pricing will still be available. So thank you for your time. I hope this was really educational for you and insightful. The other thing you want to do is jump on your own physical therapy area and city and do your own search to see how much your competition is paying attention to this. I will pretty much guarantee you a steak dinner that they're not, and you can gain an advantage pretty quickly here with this. Okay, well, thanks a lot and appreciate your time.